It's been nice to be around everyone again because we wrapped the show like over a year ago. Wow. So it's nice to like just be around each other.
That's gotta be, you must have missed everybody and just been like,
Like I've seen Luke a couple of times, but like there's some people like Ruth Gemmell I haven't seen in ages, and you see someone popped up. I saw Martin's in the hall. I was like, oh, it was so nice to see everyone. Yeah.
Now, when you guys were filming, when the first two seasons came out, it was during COVID, right? Yes. So you didn't really have the opportunity to do this kind of thing, right?
No. We were all like in our houses, locked in, all on Zoom. Wow. Remember when they had a premiere for us? They did the best they could. It was COVID.
Yes.
But it was literally like playing the episode on our laptops. We were all in our houses and we were like, oh, this is really lonely.
So different.
This is not good.
But I think that's what Bridgerton did for everybody during such a lonely time, was it brought us that connection. And I felt like the connection of Penelope through the whole thing was always there because she's the most powerful one of the entire series because she is in control.
For sure, yeah.
And when I got the first 4 episodes, I'm like, okay, so she's already got all this power, right? You know, filling her cup, doing all the writings as Lady Whistledown. But now all of a sudden, everything's like unraveling. And I almost felt like, I want to reach in and hug her because now you have this love story happening, the strain on the friendship.
Yeah.
How was that for you, switching gears a little bit from being behind the scenes to up front?
It was a definite massive transition. It's scary because the show is so huge. I mean, it's hard to forget about that.
There's so much I want to ask you because I feel like when I'm watching this show as a 40-year-old woman who's got, 3 kids, and everybody always tells me like, you got to slow down now, you got a family. And then I'm watching Penelope's story, and I feel like everybody's trying to force that down her throat as well. It's like, you only matter when you're married or you have children. And she's like, yeah, no. And it still stands strong today.
100%. I think that's why she's such a relatable character. And not only because she's like the underdog and everyone wants to root for the underdog and has felt like the outsider and just that they're not quite good enough. I think that's so relatable. But also for a modern audience, for modern women, Penelope wants it all. Yes. And it is so nigh on impossible for women to have it all. And I know we're meant to go, no, it's fine and we can, but it's tricky. It's very, very tricky, and fragile male egos and all of that kind of thing are things that women have to contend with. But that's what I really love about her, is she may have insecurities in lots of parts of her life, but she's never insecure in her abilities and her savviness as a businesswoman and all of those things. So when people are like, well, she could just give it up. I'm like, no, but you don't understand. It's like what it is to her. It's her form of self-expression. It's her power. It's her everything.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's what it was, you're always used to seeing the woman chasing the man or pining after the man. And in this, these 4 episodes, you see Colin like falling for Penelope, and she still holds the power. And that had to be such a cool situation to have.
I mean, I loved it. Because I had 2 seasons of having to, like, moon over him and stare at him from across the room. And then when the tables were turned, I was like, it doesn't feel good, Luke, does it?
Yeah, no.
It doesn't feel nice to stand all on your own and watch that person down.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was ready for the transition.
Yeah, no, definitely. And how about your friendship, though, with Eloise? That is, as women watch that, as heartbreak, because we always need our girls. Like, no matter what happens with the guys, you need your girls.
Honestly, you can sing it. And I have a lot of very, very close female friends. Have had, like, my best friend since I was 7 years old is still my best friend. And so I ride very hard for my girls. So I really love in this show that, that platonic love is dealt with as much care and attention as the romantic relationship. And Julia Quinn, who created the books, she says like it's one of her favourite love stories in all of Bridgerton is Pen and Eloise, and I love that.
That is such a great way to say it because you feel it. You feel heartbroken when you see them not connecting.
Oh, I know. I hate it.
Oh, it's the worst. That's the worst.
It's my job. I have to do it, but I don't enjoy it.
And I was wondering, have you ever met Julie Andrews? Like, have you guys ever spoken?
I have never got to meet Julie Andrews. I would love to. It would be terrifying. And she's like a true icon. And her, like, when you hear her voice in the show, it just elevates it.
Well, you did a fantastic job.
Thank you.
With the season. I mean, every season. And I wish you nothing but success.
Thank you very much.
It's fantastic. And so thank you.